first strawberry of the year. Pretty good. Welcome to my balcony garden tour. My setup is actually split across two different spaces. The main balcony here is northeast facing. We get good morning sun until about 1 or 2 p.m. Then the building blocks it as the sun moves around. Then I also have access to a south-facing covered walkway, which gets the full sun and heat all day. I use that space for the plants that really need maximum light and warmth. But I keep it minimal since other residents use that corridor too. Between the two spaces, my lovely neighbor is letting me use her balcony as well. So we have around 12 meters of urban garden to explore today. We've had a massive heat wave here in Paris for the last 10 days. 33 degrees Celsius every single day, which is absolutely crazy for this time of the year. And my fabric grow bags are drying out super fast. I haven't had time to mulch yet, and watering has basically become my part-time job. And let's start with the root veggies. These are my purple potatoes. I cheated them indoors first, then planted them in these fabric bags. 2 in this one, 3 in that one. And growth has been really solid so far. For root vegetables, I also planted carrots, and if you followed the channel last year, you know my carrots were a total fail. I used containers that were way too shallow and they stayed tiny. So this year, I'm taking my revenge with much deeper bags. I just need to thin them out so they actually have room to develop. And over here, sweet potato. This one is a slow and patient process. I started by sprouting a tuber in water indoors, grew the slips, let them root, then planted them deep enough to cover the nodes. It's taking its time, but it's getting there. Now let's talk space optimization. This is a ballon lettuce, a massive variety, and it's just starting to bolt, so I'm going to harvest this one soon. But look closer. Tucked underneath, I've interplanted zucchini and cucumber. They are going to take over once I harvest the lettuce, so there won't be any nutrient competition. The plan is to train them up along this railing here. And speaking of climbing plants, I also have beans in other bags that I want to train up the same way. Let me know in the comments, should I use string, a trellis, or a net? Honestly, I have no idea what works best for a balcony setup. Now let's talk tomatoes and eggplants, because I have them scattered across several big 60 liters fabric bags. And the setup is nearly always the same. 1 tomato plant, 1 eggplant, and companion flowers, marigolds or calendula, to fill the space and help with pest control. This purple basil is part of that too. And it looks incredible and smells even better. As you can imagine, I grow mostly cherry tomatoes since they are much better adapted to containers. And I planted 4 different cherry tomato varieties and 1 large variety. The problem is I mixed up the seedling spots, so now I have no idea which plant is which. I just try to identify them by leaf shape and stem thickness. And here, this is my experimental tot setup. I put 2 eggplant varieties, tomatoes, basil, all crammed into 1 big storage tot. The eggplants are looking a bit yellow, as you can see. To help with the heat, I buried a small clay hoya in the center. It helps to regulate the water. I will see if it really helps. I also started the eggplant indoors at the same time as the peppers. They need a lot of heat early on to really get going. Now my favorite fruits, the strawberries. And I have two different things going on here, so let me explain. These ones are strawberries I have had for several years. These are the ones I used last year to propagate runners. They are also getting attacked by snails. But look, the little fruits are starting to form nicely. And then this tower here is something different. These are alpine strawberries and I planted them a few months ago. I've been removing all their flowers so they can focus entirely on establishing their roots. They are not fruiting yet, but they are already sending out really strong runners, which is a good sign. And I can already place some of those runners wherever I have space left in the tower, or just set them directly onto a small pot. Then I will wait for the roots to form, and once they have, I will just cut the runners. I use these blooming chives at the top to finish up the tower. And the bees are absolutely loving those flowers right now. So yes, snails are a bit of a problem across all my strawberries. They have been destroying the leaves, so I pick them off when I see them, but they reproduce so fast. The heat wave is the only thing slowing them down right now. Over here, this is my herb palette. I have mint and lemon balm that I propagating in water, and parsley I grew from seeds. But the palette pockets are honestly a bit too shallow for the roots. So I'm going to move the lemon balm into a bigger container soon. At the bottom here, this is a chocolate mint I found in a garden in Paris. And honestly, mint is incredibly resilient. I cut this one completely to the ground because it had gone yellow, and look at it now, coming back full green and strong, and it smells so good. Over here, I put together a little Mediterranean planter with thyme in full flower. It looks beautiful, and a sage plant that was growing in my strawberry beds and that I relocated. I also put in rosemary plant, but it didn't survive. I was hoping to replace it with my rosemary cuttings, but those failed too. I think my soil mix was too compact, but I learned the lesson. I will try again with more perlite next time. I also want to talk about flowers, because I have them everywhere, and it's very intentional. Whenever there is a spare pot in a bag or around a tree, I fill it with flowers. I grew marigolds and calendula from seed, and I planted nasturtium, borage, cosmos, and a small sunflower variety directly in pots. It's my first year growing flowers, so I'm still figuring out how many I can fit without competing with the vegetables. I also have 2 fruit trees. Here, this is my bare root apple tree. I bought it really cheap at Lidl. So I put flowers around the base to use the space. I also pinch off all the first blossom so it can focus on building its roots. There is a few spots on the leaves, but overall it seems to be doing fine. And here, this is my grapevine. I had this one for a year, but this is the first time I'm actually training it properly. Before, the branches just hung down in the void, and it wasn't ideal. Training them like this opens up the canopy so the sun can really get in. And I actually learned this technique when I worked in Australia back in 2018. And I also have some tiny grapes forming. And right at the base here, I planted this pink garlic last October. And you always hear that garlic repels aphids. Well, as you can see, it's not the case. Look at this stem. It's covered in them. So yeah, slight doubt about that theory. Luckily, my ladybugs are handling this. This end of the balcony is where it gets really hot. It's the last spot to get direct sun before it goes around the building around 1 p.m. And that's exactly why I planted my mini peppers and chili plants here. Sweet mini peppers in chocolate and yellow varieties, plus 2 chili plants. These really need heat to perform, so putting them right here just makes sense. I feel like I could add some companion flowers next to them, since I have some space, so let me know in the comments if you know which flowers pair well with peppers. And now let's head to the other side. So this is a small shared walkway that faces full south, baking sun all afternoon. I try not to take up too much space here since other people use it too. But I couldn't resist putting a few things. And because it gets so hot here, I'm trying something a little crazy. 2 bags of mini melons and 2 bags of mini watermelons. They need a ton of heat, so this spot is ideal. But honestly, I have zero idea how to trellis or guide them in this narrow space. If you've ever grown melons on container, please drop your tips in the comments. I really need them. I also started this from seed and they germinated incredibly fast. I was very careful when transplanting them because they really hate having their roots disturbed. And I have no real sense yet of how big they will get, so for now I'm leaving them alone. And finally here, my ginger and turmeric. I started this indoors several months ago. It took a really long time for them to sprout. But seeing these tropical plants coming up on a French balcony is genuinely satisfying. So that's the mid-season tour. If you enjoy this, hit subscribe and leave a comment with your trellising or melon growing advice. I'm reading everything. And if you want to see how I moved all of these plants from indoors to the outdoor heat without losing them, you can go check out my hardening off video just right here. Thanks for watching and happy growing!